Hemsworth, quien interpreta a Gale, el mejor amigo de Katniss, la protagonista de la película.
No, al revés.
Y bueno, el día de hoy... Y bueno, en segundo lugar quiero presentarles a la protagonista de esta película. Ella interpreta a Katniss Everdeen, tributo del Distrito 12, Jennifer Lawrence.
¡Bravo!
Well guys, it's really nice to have you here. How's Mexico so far?
Good. Now I'm hearing translation from your English and Spanish.
I'm sorry.
Mexico's great.
Okay, well...
I got in at 5:30 this morning, so I've had about 2 hours sleep.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about that.
So my Mexico is better than his Mexico.
Yeah, totally. Well, I don't know if you guys have heard, but Mexico's totally ready for the Hunger Games. The books are sold out everywhere. So I think the first question needs to be, what was your first thought? What were your first thoughts and your first feelings when you found out you were being recruited for this saga?
It was about 8:30 in the morning. I had a call from Gary Ross, the director, and I didn't answer the call. And I got a voicemail. And then I listened to the voicemail.
Aquí son puro pulso, me sale muy bien.
He wanted me to do the film, and I was shocked. Couldn't believe it. I was half waking up and thinking about it, and then I think it all kicked in. People started calling, and then it came out on the internet, and then yeah, it was pretty crazy.
What about you?
It was great. I was sleeping too. I was in the middle of it. It was the middle of the night, and it was exciting. It's scary because of the size of it, but it also seemed like the role of a lifetime. It was an honor, so I was excited.
¿Qué les parece si pasamos con la primera pregunta? ¿Quién tiene la primera pregunta? Reforma, muy bien. Como gustes.
Bueno, bienvenidos a México, a todos.
No se escucha el micrófono.
Ok, bienvenidos a México. Me gustaría preguntarle, ¿me escuchan bien?
El micrófono no está abierto.
¿Ahora sí?
¿Por ahí me escuchan? Ok, bueno, bienvenidos a México. Ok, por cuarta ocasión, bienvenidos a México. Me gustaría preguntarle a Jennifer por qué aceptó hacer Los Juegos del Hambre. Ella estaba haciendo una carrera muy importante, muy reconocida ante la crítica, con películas independientes, y de repente aparecen X-Men, ahora en Los Juegos del Hambre, en películas blockbusters. ¿Se encuentra en esta película retos dramáticos, retos actorales, o qué la llamó a aparecer en esta película?
I've always taken my roles in my movies based on the script, never the size of the movie, and that's why for so many years I was doing independents. And then I loved Einstein. I thought it was an exciting game to be a part of. I thought it was different and it would be fun. And to do a studio film like that puts you in a position where I can continue to do indies that I love, and then I can also do studios. And The Hunger Games, I loved the books. I was a huge fan of the books. And then I loved the script, and I wanted to tell the story of the movie. And yes, it is big, and it's bigger than the movies in my past, but it's, I just love the story.
Bueno, vámonos con la siguiente pregunta, que es de Televisa.
Hola, muy buenos días, Marta Cabañas de Televisa. Yo quisiera saber cuál es el impacto que esperan tener, el arraigo que esperan tener en el público, dado que es la primera de 3 historias y que hay un público ansioso por tener este tipo de películas.
I think any actor wants their work to do well. I think that's, we look for things that we relate to and scripts that are interesting. And yeah, I mean, if this film does as well as what everyone wants it to do, and you know, there's so much expectation around the film. Everyone's just hoping that it's good, and the fans love it, and the fans are crazy about these books. I think it's going to be pretty good. I think we've heard nothing but good things about it so far. I haven't seen the full cut yet, but yeah, I'm pretty excited myself.
I agree. When you do something that you love, you just want other people to love it, and you want people to relate to it and get something from it. What they get from it, you don't know, but something. Yeah, and we're excited because I think we all know that we all are confident that we're going to love the movie, that's going to be good. So we just hope that the fans and everybody feels the same way.
A ustedes en lo personal, ¿cuál es el tipo de retos o de qué manera se han podido enfrentar a la industria del cine en el sentido de la supervivencia, de llegar hasta donde están en este momento?
This isn't. There are always challenges in the entertainment industry because it's something that's almost purely dictated by luck and being the right place at the right time and luck, and it's it's not like being a lawyer where you study and then you take the test and then you can just become a lawyer. It's something that there are a million other people. Sorry. Oh, yeah. There are a million other people that are just as talented than me or more talented than me, but I got lucky. And it's just, it's a tricky industry. I think that makes it the hardest part because it doesn't matter how good you are, how hard you work, sometimes you see results and sometimes you just don't.
Yeah, I'd agree with most of that. I mean, a lot of it is on luck. I think there's so many people in the world and in Los Angeles where we are trying to do this job, and it's you're more likely to not get a job than get it. I can tell you about a billion jobs that I haven't got. The select few that I have. It's a tough game.
Buenas tardes, bienvenidos. Primeramente quisiera saber si ya están preparados de alguna manera para enfrentarse a los retos que significan ser las dos caras que van a estar al frente de una saga que va a durar algunos años, como algunas otras películas que ya vimos que pasaron. Se puede convertir en una de las sagas más importantes. ¿Están preparados para esto? Y por otra parte, también teniendo una temática que no podría ser no tan infantil como sea de películas.
Yeah, I hope so. I constantly get this question, are you prepared for it? I honestly don't know how you prepare for something like this. I think we constantly hear how much expectations around the film, and the fans that love the books are crazy about it. And it's I don't know. I think we're all kind of bracing ourselves. It's the calm before the storm right now.
Yeah, I agree. There is really no way that you can prepare your life to completely change because we're going into it knowing that my life as it is right now it will never go back to how it was. I've said it just kind of just feels like I've got a ticket to go to an alien planet. I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, but I can't go back. But I personally, I'm proud of what we made. So whatever comes from it, I know that it was the right thing to do. I know that I don't regret it, even though it's scary and annoying to be photographed when you don't know you're being photographed. But I think we prepare ourselves as much as we can.
Sí.
Hola, buenas tardes. Primero, ¿por qué considera ella que es el papel de su vida? Y sobre todo, ¿qué tan preparados están para afrontar la mala suerte? Hasta el momento han dicho que han tenido buena suerte y son afortunados.
I don't think anyone wants any bad luck.
But
How do
we're
you feel about
prepared for
that?
it.
Yeah. Hopefully the good luck stays.
Yeah. I mean, I've gone into pretty much everything in my life and I'm going to fail and people will roll their piece of cake and I'll never work again. And then I've been pleasantly surprised. So I think you know, if the bad luck will come and the good luck comes. That's life. As far as the role of our lifetimes go, I think we don't really know yet what the role of our life. The only time of our lifetime is that the only time we really do that is when you're on your deathbed looking back and then you can decide which one, because there are a million roles ahead of me and there are a million roles that I love behind me. This is certainly a large one, a very big one.
Muy bien, siguiente pregunta, ¿eres niño? Hola. Quería preguntarles si fueron que disfrutaron más de esta película, y si me cuentan algunos de sus retos y alguna de sus
I love the whole cast that we worked with. It was great. Most of my stuff is with Jennifer, and she was a pleasure to work with. It was always fun. And Gary Ross is an amazing director, and he was the same. He kept the set energetic and alive, and he's constantly trying different things. He's very open to suggestions and your point of view. So it was always nice. I felt very free on set and comfortable. It makes it a lot easier when you're filming something like this and you actually like the people that you're working with. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, we had a wonderful experience with actually genuinely really liking everybody that we were working on. And Gary Ross, everything he said about Gary was great. And, sorry, I don't know if I'm hearing yeah, I mean, honestly, it was a pleasure to show up to work every day because I love the crew, I love the cast, everybody. We all really liked each other and had a really good time.
There is a lot of action in this story as well. So how do you guys manage to balance the whole emotion thing? Because these are like really deep characters as well. So how do you manage to keep the balance between action and the emotions of your characters?
I mean, I don't know if I did that very well. Because I had so much stunt training before that in the training, I never really worried about my face. So then when we were on set and I had to jump over a log or do some sort of something, anything, I would make the most bizarre faces because the whole time I had to pay attention to it. So that was hard because I had practiced stunts and then I had done acting, but I had never tried them both together. So I'm sure everybody else is great. I don't know how well I am.
It'll be great tomorrow.
See how it is.
Ok, vamos a la parte divertida. Por acá tenemos una pregunta y atrás me están indicando.
Nayeli del Universal, bienvenidos. Mi pregunta es, ¿qué creen que estos libros tienen de interesante o de atractivo para los públicos que los ha hecho tan famosos? ¿Y por qué consideran que las adaptaciones en estos años están siendo más importantes que los guiones originales para sí?
I think a big part of why these books are so big and why there's so many fans is you have this simple model of good versus evil, and good overcoming evil, and you have these people that you see in these horrible situations that you want to see them get out of that, you want to see them fight back. Yeah, I think it's good overcoming evil. Everyone wants the good to win eventually. It does.
I don't think the adaptation is more important than the original books ever. I mean, I think we needed the books to get what we have. I think it's nerve-wracking and incredibly important when you do have a book that you're making into an adaptation to keep true to that book and to keep true to what everybody loves about it. And that was what was so great, working with everybody was all of the producers, Lionsgate, Gary Ross, us, we were all fans of the book. You know, the movie is made by fans who really do want to stay true to the book. And then everything.
Suzanne Collins was a really big part of the script writing as well, so it's, you know, it is very true to the books.
Siguiente pregunta.
Hi, I'm just here from Sinalina. No problem. After all, welcome to Mexico. I read The Hunger Games and really liked the book and of course the love story. And I want to know, how was your training for the movie and which was your favorite scene and which was the hardest?
My training was free running, stunts, combat, climbing, archery, and the other stuff that I'm probably not remembering, for a couple months, and then working, which was even harder than the training.
There wasn't a lot of stunts for my character in this one. It was more about losing weight, looking somewhat hungry. My brother told me he said it was Hunger Games, not eating games, which was his advice to me. So I took that to heart.
And your favorite scene and the hardest?
Favorite scene, hardest scene was definitely the reaping stuff. We had 300 extras on set. It took about a week to shoot this scene, and it was over 100 degrees.
Yeah,
and
people were passing out, dropping like flies.
People fainting, and it was just excruciatingly hot. But it looked like a prison camp. It looked, you had all these young kids, and I think everyone on set was definitely thinking, and this was for real, and we're watching little kids go off into this battle. It'd be a pretty horrible thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think the reading is definitely the hardest, and not making it right. I think my favorite scenes were all in the Capitol, just because the set blew me away. And then we shot all of the wood stuff first, all the game stuff first. And so by the time we actually got to the Capitol, I was so excited to just be inside and wear a dress and have makeup on. That was all fun for me.
Did you actually stop eating to get into the character?
No, I never stopped eating. I just exercised a lot.
Yeah, the month before we started shooting, I was eating really healthy. I worked out a lot and stripped down. And then when we started shooting, it was more. I wouldn't eat healthy, but I'd binge eat. I just had, whatever was around, and I'd have to punch up once. Yeah, and it would be kind of a once a day thing. I just had one big binge, and then I wouldn't eat much. I wanted to feel. You get really grumpy when you're hungry, and then for these characters, they're searching for their food and they're hunting for it, and they're hunting for their own food and their families. So they're not well fed and they're not eating a lot. And I want to feel that.
Yeah, but it's tricky when you're acting to be on a very strict diet because you need energy. You need, and for me, it's more important that I act well than for me to be hungry, low on energy, and not do a good job, because then I would have watched the movie and been like, oh, I'm skinny, but I'm not very good.
Skinny, but I look skinny.
But I hate my performance. So I replaced most of my diet. Once we got to work, I ate, and I just stayed within the weight that I was taking or anything, and just exercised a lot.
Okay. Siguiente pregunta.
Víctor Bustos. Bueno, llegar a una película de estas dimensiones, quería preguntarle a Jennifer, ¿qué tan importante fue para ella empezar su carrera trabajando o haber trabajado con Guillermo Arriaga?
Oh, I'm going to see Guillermo today. It was wonderful. Guillermo has been one of the most influential people in my life. Guillermo, sorry. He directed me in my second movie and taught me so much, and I have such a place in my heart for him, and he's brilliant, and I adore him, and he did a wonderful, wonderful job.
Por acá, enfrente de Sergio López, Efecto TV, ¿cómo están, chicos? Mi pregunta es, por supuesto, esta es una historia que tiene muchos fans alrededor del mundo y es una ficción, pero hoy en día en el mundo todavía a estas alturas mucha gente muere de hambre y se pelea por la comida. ¿Cuál es su perspectiva como actores y participantes de esta película? Eso que está pasando alrededor del mundo y que todavía existen guerras porque en muchas partes la gente no come y no tiene pues, con qué llevar el alimento a casa.
I mean, it's horrible. And there's always, in every country there are starving people, there's war, there's famine, there's things that seem almost impossible that we can't control, or how this movie is set in the future. It's a fictional book, it's science fiction. I don't think we were necessarily saying this is what we should do, this is what we shouldn't do. It was just simply a fictional story. It didn't,
Yeah. You know, it's fiction, and then you know, it does show a grim world that you know where something is going clearly wrong, and you have this corrupt government that's punishing you know the small town that don't have money or technology, and you know you cross your fingers that that won't happen until something's definitely gone very wrong.
There are places in the world, but unfortunately, it is something that is true in a lot of places. There are dictators, there are all of these things. In our case, it's a story. I should have just left. All right. There's one hairdo, I have over 250 bobby pins and like 300 braids or something. That too. Yeah, for the game stuff, we were in and out here like maybe 5 minutes.
Well, probably the worst part for you guys was to go back to your own color, definitely. To your own color, to your own hair color, that was the worst part.
I had to let it grow out and then cut it, and then it still wasn't growing. It took a while to get back.
That's awesome. ¿Alguna otra pregunta por acá? Adelante.
Here.
Yeah, front.
Well, firstly, you were talking about luck. I would like to say the odds are already in your favor.
Thank you.
Wait, I'm sorry, I was listening to Spanish.
That the odds are already in your favor.
Oh, thank you.
And may God bless you for this movie. Well, I got a question for each one of you. Liam, in this book, at least you said you don't have any stunt, but if Gary Ross came to you and said, okay, we got the chance and the budget to do any scene of Jennifer for you, which scene of Katniss would you like to perform?
I think all the games stuff have been pretty fun. Yeah, the actual games, but they're in the games. You know, my character's not in the games, so it's kind of that fun stuff. But I think that would have been, you know, physically grueling, and it would have been fun to learn some sword fighting and the other stunts that the other people learned. Was it fun, Jennifer?
I had to climb a tree and then come down the cable.
And Jennifer, you, Cinna designs a lot of dresses for you. Which was one of your favorites?
The fire dress was absolutely stunning. It was beautiful. It was almost impossible to wear because it weighed so much, but it was beautiful. And I also loved the chariot outfit as well. That wasn't as comfortable. It was, I think it was all made out of latex. But all of the outfits were beautiful, comfortable.
Were you nervous about the fire?
Pardon?
Were you nervous about the fire?
I was really nervous to get set on fire. I'm kidding, I never got set on fire. It's all CGI.
Thank you.
Muy bien, siguiente pregunta.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Aquí estoy. Soy Julio Cortés de cinemex.com. Esta pregunta es para Jennifer. Quería preguntarle si nos pudiera decir acerca de su experiencia con Lenny Kravitz, que interpreta uno de los personajes más cercanos a el personaje de Katniss. Y bueno, la cantante Taylor Swift hace el tema musical, entonces también Jennifer canta. Entonces, ¿cuál es su experiencia y su relación con estas personas involucradas en el mundo de la música, pero de ella misma trabajando con ellos en la película?
Yeah, I think people are building up the me working in the soundtrack thing a lot. I'm not a good singer. Everybody knows that. I've been working with Lenny Kravitz. I've known Lenny Kravitz for a long time. He's one of my favorite people in the world and incredibly talented, obviously. And it was all the music was all written and produced by T-Bone Burnett, who's the best thing that's ever happened to the music industry, and the best thing that's ever happened to the music industry. And they did a good job of putting up with me and probably auto-tuning me and making it. I'm not a good singer. It was great working with them. I mean, I love music and I'm a huge fan of them, but that wasn't my strongest area.
Hello, here to your left. My name is Edgar, I'm from basketball. My question is, it's awful to compare, but we have seen a production of Vampires as a famous production, and that productions don't offer anything new to the non-readers of the book. Do you think the Hunger Games offer something new to the non-readers?
There's parts of the movie that you get to see a different perspective that's not in the book. Books are mostly played out from Katniss' perspective, and you kind of get to see other people's point of view. So you do get to see a little more.
And also the thing that people love about the books is they're not just an exciting story. That's not just a cool girl with a bow and arrow and she goes around killing people. It's an incredibly intense, beautiful and sad story. It's also a kind of horrific reflection on us as humanity and society. And there are so many things that connect you to the book, that connect you to the book other than her having a bow and arrow, other than her going to the games, other than, all of the things that make it entertaining. But what lies underneath it is a story about humanity that's become so desensitized to shock and to tragedy that it's now using tragedy as control and as entertainment. And I think it's a very sick reflection to us who watch tragedy as entertainment ourselves, and in a world where history repeats itself, and it's a lot like the ancient Romans, and there are so many different dynamics to the stories other than just me running through the woods with a bow and arrow and winning games and all of these things. The story is something that if you've never read the books before the movies, it's touching.
Like you said, there's so much more to these movies. There's like a tribute to freedom as well, and also to staying true to yourself. So in a world like Hollywood, where you both work, how do you stay true to yourself? How do you manage to just keep remaining you?
For me, it's I have good people around me. I come from a really good family, supportive family. My parents have always been very supportive of what I wanted to do, and so are my brothers. I think as crazy as this business can get, you always need to have good people around. People that keep you and pull you back into earth and things that feel high. But for me, good people.
Yeah, keeping good people around you, and then knowing, I know who I am and I like who I am, and I don't really want to change. I don't really want to end up like the people that I read about or see on TV. I'd rather stay, like this. It just doesn't seem to be like.
Hola, Jorge Martínez de Psicocinema. Mi pregunta es para Jennifer. Independientemente de que se encuentre Liam contigo, si tuvieras que escoger siendo tú Katniss, ¿a quién escogerías? ¿A Gale o a Rita? ¿Y por qué? Y para Liam, si tú hubieras tenido la oportunidad de entrar a los juegos de Hunger Games, ¿cuál sería tu estrategia para salir victorioso? Gracias.
Thank you so much for that question. I've never considered it. I can't choose between Josh and Liam. I love them both equally. They're both wonderful actors. But I really think, because I'm so sick of that question, it's fine. Yeah, I could never choose. I totally understand Katniss' struggle.
As for my strategy in the Hunger Games, if I was to be in there, I'd dig a hole and hide in it. I think that would be a good strategy.
Worms.
Yeah, worm myself into the earth.
Muy bien. ¿Preguntas? ¿Más preguntas? ¿No? ¿Alguien por acá? Es que no alcanzo a ver.
¿Y yo?
Ok, por ahí atrás hay una pregunta.
Sí, por acá de nuevo. El público o la prensa se ha puesto a comprar mucho los Juegos del Hambre con sagas como Crepúsculo. ¿Ustedes qué le dirían al público que no conoce la historia de los Juegos del Hambre? ¿Se parece? ¿No se parece? Y también preguntarle sobre esto. Hace un par de semanas, Helen Lutz, un actor de Crepúsculo, comentó que él quería hacer casting para los Juegos del Hambre, pero había un veto para los actores de Crepúsculo, que aparentemente la producción no quería mezclar franquicias, no quería mezclar las famosas historias. ¿Ustedes qué opinan de este tipo de vetos? ¿En Hollywood se han topado con este tipo de situaciones en su carrera?
I think, the only similarity between the two franchises is the game was very popular. They're completely different stories. These stories are, they're not presented in a sexy way. It's not a love story. Very real concepts of the grim world that's going wrong.
Yeah, I think it's very easy to compare them because you have young actors and it's a very popular series and now it's being made into a movie, but those are the only similarities. I'm constantly being asked what the difference between the Hunger Games and Twilight is. And it's a different author, it's a different book, it's a different story, it's a different movies. I do understand why everybody compares them, but when it comes down to the story and the movies, there is one difference.
Okay guys, well thank you so much for being here in Mexico. I hope you enjoy your stay. Gracias a todos ustedes por acompañarnos en esta conferencia de prensa. Nos vemos en Six Flags.
Sentado. No puede ser. No, todo el mundo para